Hey tech folks, in today's session we are going to explore AWS Lambda and its usefulness. Let's discuss some benefits. First, what is AWS Lambda? Simple, it is a serverless computing service. As a DevOps engineer, the primary role is to manage cost optimization for an organization. For example, when a developer creates an EC2 instance and takes a backup, which is called a snapshot in AWS, the snapshot remains even after deleting the instance, which incurring additional costs for an organization. This is where Lambda comes in. Now let's look at a practical example. First, navigate to the EC2 dashboard and create an instance. In this case, I am going to name this instance as test. On the image, I am selecting Ubuntu. And that's all we needed right now. Now click launch instance. And yeah, now wait for it to transition from pending to running state. Now we create a snapshot. What is exactly a snapshot in AWS? Generally, it is an backup for a volume which we store the informations. Create a snapshot, attach the volume associated with it, give any general description, that's fine. Now that's all we need here right now. Just click the create snapshot and it will create a snapshot within a minute or two. That's it. We generally created a template which an instance and a volume is generally attached to it and the snapshot is created. Now what we are going to do is, now let's create a Lambda function. So let's create a function. I am naming this as easy to cost function. So for the runtime I'm using Python. So for the runtime I'm choosing Python because I wrote the Lambda function using this language, and that's all we need here. I'll create the Lambda function, and yes, it was created, and this is the dashboard of the Lambda function. And now I am deploying the Lambda function. I have using my own code which I created earlier, and I'm not going to explain the code right now because that is a video for another time. Let's use this code and we'll save this code and deploy that. Wait for a few seconds and click the test button. Yeah, you can see the execution results. It generally throws the error like you are not authorized to perform this operation. To resolve this, we need some permissions that to be configured, and we are gonna create inline policies with specific actions. Generally in AWS, for specific role, it is not a good practice to give all access. We need to give only the access and permissions which are essentially needed for the specific user operation. So saying that, I'm going to create an inline policy with specific actions. The actions I'm going to select are describe instance, delete volume, describe volume, and delete snapshot. And I'm naming this policy as easy to cost policy and saving this. Now let's return to the Lambda dashboard and re-execute the function and test. And I'm testing this. Wait for the execution. Yes, you can see the execution is successful and we are getting a response, which is a positive sign. Now let's go to the EC2 dashboard and you can see that instance is running, snapshot is there, and volumes are also there. Now you might have a question like, we have executed and Lambda function, why this snapshot is still not deleted? That's a good question because the instance is still running. We are going to delete this instance and rerun the Lambda function. When I rerun the Lambda function, this is definitely gonna delete this snapshot, and I'll guide you through. Now I'll switch the instance state to terminate. Yes, it's successfully terminated. Now let's go to the EC2 dashboard once again. Now as you can see, the instance is deleted and the volume is also deleted, but have a look, the snapshot is still there. This is what I told you in the first place of the video beginning, the snapshot which will incur more costs. Now I'm going to Lambda dashboard and rerun the function once more. Generally, Lambda are event-driven functions and success indicates a response. Again, it throws an error. Now let's see what's the error. Yes, it's an authorization error. As you can see, we need to add another policy called delete snapshot policy. So I'm going to the permission section and update the easy to action policy that includes delete snapshot. I'm naming it as snapshot delete policy and I'll update that. Now let's rerun the test and see whether everything are fine. I'm going to the Lambda dashboard once again and I'm rerunning the test. Let's see now it gonna work or not. I'm pressing the test button. Yes, it's successful. You can see the function logs. Deleted EBS snapshot as its associated volume was not found. And this is what I told you in the first place. The instance is deleted and you can see the snapshot is also deleted, which was the Lambda automation we are speaking previously. Now to confirm this, I'm navigating to the snapshot dashboard. As you can see, the snapshot is also deleted and we are happy about that. To wrap it up, Lambda functions known for their event-driven designs are commonly set in motion by vital AWS services like CloudWatch or AWS Automation. This hands-on project, though manually managed, represents a cool and practical example mirroring the everyday tasks of DevOps engineers in various industries or organizations. Its successful execution not only enhances your resume but also captures the essence of DevOps work in real world scenarios. And thank you. I'll catch you in the next session.